Hey there, Angel of Galaxite, back for some more channeled messages. Hope you're all doing fine. As always, I'd just like to say thank you for clicking on my new channel. Any support is always much appreciated. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification button, share, whatever you can do really to support this channel. That would be so appreciated. Remember, Spirit works through us in mystical and mysterious ways. These messages may not go directly to the intended person. They may be talking about someone you know. Could be their love lost one or a situation around you or them. You just may be that heavenly post person delivering communication where it needs to go. If I say male or female, remember we have both aspects of the divine feminine and masculine, so please take it as it resonates. And also there is a rule of souls piggybacking on one particular message. Please do not be put off by names, dates. If there is something in that message, it could be a message within a message. Even the smallest of things, that could be your loved one reaching out to say hi. Okay, let's see if I can get in a bit closer. Oops, without knocking my camera. What did you just have? Sorry. Move it back. Okay. Where are we going today? So I'm hearing it was the 10th of September. That's very precise. Okay. And I was in hospital. And I had a relapse. I seemed as though I was getting better. Only my condition took a turn for the worse. I'm sorry. I was on my own when I passed over to the land of light, as it was early hours of the morning. He's saying his family, when they left, they felt he was on the upturn, or at least stable. So I think he means, I don't think he means hospital staff, I mean family members. Oh, I've got you. 3:20 a.m. could be relevant. Doesn't have to be, take it as it resonates. He's telling me he knows you were still very upset at the thought that he passed without any of you around him. But it was not for the lack of you trying to be around. You never left his side, well, you hardly didn't. You had to be forced to do so. He's saying you may have just as well had the bed next to him on the ward. Please do not keep torturing yourself over something that you cannot change. In my heart of hearts, I didn't know that I was about to pass. But there were clues in the last conversation, I'm being told. Something he said to you. So please refer to that evening visit. And there was either a reference to my crossing over or something else you need to know. Now take that as it resonates, as I say. To be honest, it may have been a blessing in disguise, as watching me, and this is his words and not mine, snuff it would have been very difficult for you. Just make sure I'm filming this. Okay, trigger warning, I'm feeling cancer with this particular person, but take it as it resonates. This individual is telling me he's watching over you and holding. So just check it. What are you holding? Oh, a white rose. So I'm not sure of this reference, but you know, as I say, you will know if it's your message. Oh, okay, strange. It's a bit of a switch. I'm hearing digestive biscuits and maple syrup, so these could mean something. And there's a reference to lighters, I think cigarette lighters. So if he didn't smoke, there may have been lighters lit, you know, for him. You know, they do hold them up. I'm hearing Jelly Belly. Don't know if it's a nickname or I don't know. And I'm being shown gastric problems and sickness. But he'd like to thank 10 people in particular. Alright. He may have liked boxing, as I'm seeing boxing gloves here, and a boxing ring. Doesn't have to, maybe there's just a reference to that in some way, shape or form. And I'm also talking about red hands and face at times. I'm hearing Louis, Russell, Walker, so that could be a last name, Bowen, David, Charlotte, Mitch, Kathy, Vass, Tim, Della, and Libra star sign comes to mind. So if it's not his star sign or yours or someone around you, then the 23rd of September to the 22nd, I believe, wouldn't it be that, of October, could be relevant. This person was daring, fun, challenging, and definitely would not have believed in the afterlife. He would have made fun of it, and maybe your beliefs of it. I've got a lion in my mind's eye, so either you or him may be a Leo or loved big cats. The 23rd of July and the 22nd of August could be significant. He's sending his love and saying, giggle with it. So I don't know whether that's something he would have said. Laugh lightly and repeatedly, because that's what it is, isn't it? Laughing lightly and repeatedly in a silly way. From amusement or nervousness or embarrassment, I guess. Okay, so maybe that's what you do, or he used to do. Alright, thank you for that. The next channeling. My name is Cassie. I was a dancer. Loved to move to any type of beat. I'm hearing Afro beat. Ooh, I hear drums, bells, rhythmic sounds. I'm hearing Anika, sorry, my bad. Also may have liked blues and the jazz. What is Goober? Is that a nickname? Goober? I don't know. Okay, she's telling me she used to be a nurse and cared for others all of her life. Life was not easy as I raised my children on my own, but that's another story. I had friends which eased the load. We shared food and taking it in turns to invite each other over to enjoy a dance, lots of food, drinks, etc. Laughter would fill each other's homes, and I love each and every one of my friends. I do miss you all. It was in my mid-40s that I noticed that my energy was not quite what it used to be. I just put it down to aging. I was exhausted at times, but again I had a busy life, single parent, and the physically challenging job. Sorry, my bad. Not to mention my other priorities. I told myself that I was a nurse and I would know if something wasn't right. I'm hearing it's not just doctors who make the worst patients. She's pointing to, true warning, her heart. And I'm hearing laboured breathing as well. She's telling me she organised a meet-up with family and friends, but it never occurred. Instead, I was going home, referring to the other side. I just want to say I'm happy and settled and still caring on this side of the veil, even though I do not need to do so. It keeps me busy. Although my soul is at peace, I still miss my children, family, and friends. It was a blessing. They were old enough to be in their own relationships and are very conscientious, smart, and are forging their own path very well. Keep on walking a smooth path. Rocky roads will appear, but know I am guiding, leading, and lighting the way forward. Oh, she's saying her grandma and granddad, your grandma and granddad, are also a guiding light. To my friends, thank you for all of your input. My send-off was fit for a queen. Then again, you know we are all queens. She's giggling. Gosh, I see lots of flowers. Energetically, I feel she was a strong energy, kind, but also very balanced. Intelligent too. I feel safe and protected around her. I'm in heaven, but I don't want any of you to be in hell. They're on earth, so cheer up and dance, dance and dance. Let me hear you in heaven. Sing, sing, sing. Be happy and know one day we will be celebrating once more in the way that we only could. I'm hearing jingling bells and laughter. Don't know what that's a reference to. Also a reference to a watch that someone has kept of hers. Time heals all. Lizzie, I'm hearing, and Chantel. Take the name as they resonate. Maybe it's someone watching. It could be somebody on the other side there with. It could be this lady or your friend or her friends, or some family member. As I always say, it could be the shopkeeper. Who knows? It's somebody who's in your life, however small a role they play. Alright, so my next message is next soul. Sorry, I'm trying to get over some type of virus that's doing the rounds. I've had it for some time, but I'm just trying to ignore it. So excuse my voice. So I have a man here who would have made good of what he had. He was a private person, he's telling me, quite reserved. And he would not have worn his heart on his sleeve. Would have been embarrassed at having his problems aired in front of others. So if you know someone like this. I was a reliable fella, extremely thorough. I guess I like to stick to a job, relationship, and once I found my home, was happy to reside there for the rest of my life. Not one for change, I guess. If it ain't broken, then don't fix it. That's what would sum him up, he says. He figured he was not ill and thought he was in a satisfactory state, so there was no reason to try to improve his health, as in his head it was just tempting fate. I was well, and that was that. Nothing to be examined, nothing needs to change, only I was wrong, and it did backfire. Trigger warning. Diabetes and thyroid may be relevant within this message. I'm hearing la 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 la. You know, you do that, just like that distracting noise we can make, so not to hear what has been said by others. That could be very relevant to this particular man. Remember, souls piggyback there on one message. My voice. Taurine comes to mind. So the month of April the 20th to May 20th could be significant, but it could also have these traits in his birth chart. Or, you know, personality, I should say. So So just remember those dates. But if he's touring, there's also a leap year, so it could be an odd day out. Alright? Could be a passing, anniversary or birthday. Doesn't have to be, but he's talking about how he was a plodder. I would work at my own pace, but you could guarantee I would be very thorough. Didn't like to be rushed. All things in good time. The time had to be right. Also, I hated to be hassled, or being rushed would just really upset him. So he's mentioned rushed a few times. So this person, you would have known not to do that. So he's reaching out to his wife, he's telling me, and children to say sorry for being an ass, inflexible and opinionated. He had a traditional outlook and hated being crossed or undermined in any way, and liked an uncomplicated life with a few luxuries thrown in here and there. Okay, so he wants to... what do you want to say? Okay, he's telling me a chunky... he was chunky, that's what he's saying, not me. Dark hair, strong chin, average height. His best feature, he says, were his eyes. He would have had a beard and liked to cook or loved to eat. He's pointing out he did, however, build, preserve and conserve. So it is wonderful to see you have had a much easier transition since my passing, as it lessened the impact. There's so much love coming from him. And I'm hearing the names Martin, Isla, Keith, Carly, Madonna, Will, Farah and Bob. Again, take that as it resonates and leave the rest for somebody else to enjoy. Okay. Alright, so I have someone who has shouted out piles. So I'm not sure where this is going. Somehow I don't feel piles of paper or washing with this. So let's be a bit more serious. So this is what a loved one thought his condition could have been. But it was much worse. He's apologising to all who may be eating, so would have been light-hearted, a funny person, or used humour to mask how he was really feeling. He's saying his moods would fluctuate, and may have joked he was like a woman, all emotional. That sounds like someone you know. He's saying you need to make some time for yourself, and not be so busy. You hit the ground running. He understands it means you don't have much time to reflect and start getting upset. Oh dear. But burnout is a real thing. I was so lucky to have you in my life. You did everything for me. Would never let me load the washing machine, clean, cook a meal. To be honest, in the latter case, it might have been a good thing. You'd end up in a hospital bed. Me, I'm cooking. But he did offer. He wasn't male chauvinistic. That's what he's telling me. I'm very aware of how you have been thinking about all the plans we made for our retirement and how free we would be to travel, garden, being more creative together. We'd have been mortgage free, and all the other wonderful adventures and experiences we'd have had in store. I see loneliness is an issue. You say no matter what your age, most women need a chit-chat. It is essential to your well-being. The key to happiness is lifestyle planning. So yes, keep busy, but know when to rest. He's with you often, and you may feel him near, especially when your sleep is disturbed. and you are pottering around downstairs as you can't get back to sleep. There's a reference to hot milk, so you may try that. I'm seeing bicycles and like walks, so could be a memory, or maybe beneficial to you. You may also look up to the sky and talk to him about your day. Cream tea might be your favourite. He wants to say to all, don't neglect your health. Checkups are vital. Men, please don't bury your head in the sand or feel embarrassed because it is in any area. Just because it's in any area, that is private. It is better to be safe than sorry. He also says early detection saves life. And is it colorectal? Colorectal cancer. Yeah, sorry about that, gosh. Yeah, please get checked over, guys. I feel October may be relevant. Jasmine, I'm hearing Ted, Shauna, Holmes, I'm not sure whether that's her last name. Anne Smith is coming up, Davidson, Stevenson and Mitchell. Paul, Maxine, Jenny, Dale, Taffy, Sean and Nicola. Could be family members, could be people watching, could be people on the other side. The list is endless, really. So please take that as it resonates. Thank you.